This is my 2013 Ford B-Max. We discovered a fault with it when in the very hot weather that the door, passenger rear, would not open, neither would the window. So I decided to find out what was wrong with it. It appears to be the door module inside the door panels. So I needed to take the door apart. The first thing to do is to remove the fuse. The fuse box is found in the engine compartment on the right hand side. The cover comes off easily and the fuses are found just there. If you look, you need to remove fuse 39, which is the passenger rear door, or fuse 40, which is the driver's side rear door. So having removed the fuse, what tools are you going to need? You're going to need one of these and a spatula and a socket with the number 20 Torx, and there's the little fuse. Now the only tools that you'll need. So the picture here is of the driver's side, but I took apart the passenger side. The first thing to do is to remove the little rubber mat that's in the hole there. That just lifts out. Underneath that you'll find 2 screws. They come out easily with a Torx screwdriver. Then with your spatula you carefully lever it up all the way along, starting at the front. Just work your way, push it in, work your way along, and that will then eventually lift up from the front and come off. Careful with it, because behind it you have the electric cable that goes to the switch. Behind that, when that's free, you will see 2 further Torx screws. On my model it said that there were 6 screws altogether, so I'll show you where the other 2 are now. At the bottom of the door you'll see a piece of trim that goes all the way along to the back. It's just a separate piece of trim that will lever off quite easily with your spatula. That comes off quite easily. You may need to get underneath to do it, but that's one of the pleasures of life. That then brings you to where when the door panel is on here, you'll find there's a screw here and another one corresponding at the other end of the door. But you can only see where the 2 screws are when that panel has been removed. It just comes off, as I said, very easily with the spatula. There are just 3 protrusions going into the body of the door. Once they're off, or you could have done it beforehand, just prise out the small speaker in the door and take it out and disconnect the power cable to it. Once you've done that, and with a lot of care, there are 6 retaining studs to be removed so that the panel can come off. Actually, you don't remove them, they stay in the panel themselves. There's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one over there. This is the passenger side, so you can just see where they are. It takes a lot of care, a lot of prising with the spatula, and a little bit of brute force occasionally to pull the door panel away from the door itself. Once that's done, the door looks like this. Now, the only other things you have to do is, if you want to get to the door module, which is down the bottom here, you have to remove this. But that is quite easy. There's 2 studs in there that you just prise out with your stud removing tool, that, and 2 bolts, one there and one there, and it just comes loose. Undo the electrical connection, remove the cables from the clips. All that can go back in quite easily. I had a thought about getting these back in when we put the door panel back on. Maybe a bit of string put through the door panel first of all, just so I can find them and not lose them. Now with the door module itself hides behind that white panel and is found right down the bottom there. Now you can take a picture. That is the model number you need. It's upside down. It's CV1T14B532. On my one it's BD. If you're ordering one of these, you must be very careful that you get the right model. It must end in the last two letters. There's lots of other ones around, but you must get one that ends in the last two letters. I'll attach a picture of where I got mine. I'm waiting for my module to arrive, so hopefully it'll work when I put it in. I know this is a very rough and ready video, but hopefully it'll help you in how to get into the panel itself. By the way, if you can't open the door because it won't open with a key, just open it with a button inside and the door will push open. Now you've got a door here that is not locking, because if you just push it to, there's no mechanism to make it lock. So what you need to do is you take your key, push it into the little slot, doink, and it will now lock. Door's locked. To open it, put your hand on the button again and open it. But you need then to push your key again every time you open it, otherwise you need to push the key. This is a site I found on the net that deals with all second-hand car parts. It's called BreakerLink. Go onto their site, you can enter in your registration number and the part number you want, and they email all sorts of breaking yards to find the part for you, who will respond to you with a price and delivery time. This is an example of a response. It was from Oldham Salvage, who, oops, wrong one. This was an example of the link from Oldham Salvage, who respond to you with a quote and delivery time. I found them very good. Well, I hope this has helped in some way or another. It's just trying to get that panel off that is the difficult thing. Good luck.